Trust me, spend the money and don't look at it as an expense. Look at it as an investment. Jose Pio here, aka The Loan Soldier. I'm all about business financing. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so that you can understand how easy it is to utilize other people's money to potentially buy your own business or start your own business and not have to come out of pocket very much. Now, what we're talking about today is utilizing the help of professionals, the attorney and the accountant, two very important people when it comes to owning a business. Because when we bought the business, we needed to have an attorney contract. We needed to make sure we had a contract in place that was pretty rock solid to make sure that not only when we bought the business, but what happened afterwards. When it comes to negotiating where the owner stays on with us as a consultant. Unfortunately, the guy that actually we bought the business from ended up going absolutely freaking nuts. And we really didn't even want him associated anymore. We didn't even want to talk to him at all. So unfortunately, some of the things that we had negotiated in the contract, we just said, look, get out of our life. We don't even want you around anymore. But having that attorney in place as we go through the process was very important to make sure that we bought it legally. And on top of that, we weren't saddled with any kind of liabilities from the previous business owner. You got to make sure that when you're buying assets, they're free and clear, because you could easily pay someone and say, okay, this is now my equipment. And then out of nowhere, someone comes out and says, oh, no. I have ownership to that equipment, and therefore you must pay me for this. You don't want that. So having a contract in place that you've run through your attorney and make sure that they help put it together and make sure that all the conditions are in place so that when you sign it, when you get in the contract, and when you close, that it's lock solid. The accountant side of it. Now, accountants, bookkeepers, and investment folks are completely different people. The role of your accountant is taxes. When we're talking about taxes, we're talking about how to keep as much in your pocket. That's this just right now. Keep as much money in your pocket when it comes to buying a business or operating a business. Keeping as much money in your pocket and how to take advantage of tax benefits, because that's what the government does. They give you the carrot and they give you the stick. The carrot is, here's some tax advantages, some loopholes that you can take advantage of as a business owner. And as long as you're investing in the business in the ways that we want you to this year, because they change every year pretty much, this year, if you invest in it the appropriate way, we will benefit your business by giving you these tax breaks. Now, if you're all about paying as much taxes as you can so that you can help the greater good of the entire world, have at it. Have at it. If you're someone like me who wants to take advantage of the carrot that the government gives you, working with your accountant hand in hand, every quarter meeting with them, making sure you know the numbers, making sure that you're profitable, making sure you know what you're investing in appropriately, that's going to give you the benefits at the end of the year that the government says, all right, you put this much money into the business, here's your tax breaks that's going to help you pay less in taxes at the end of the year. Now, one of the things that we did was we put a bunch of money into buying new trucks. We just bought 2 new trucks in the past, 3 months, 4 months, right before the winter contracts came in. And my business partner came to me. He's like, hey, here's this truck for sale. Do you think we should buy it? We had commercial accounts. And I said, well, yeah, we should buy it because it's going to help us to get more commercial accounts. But here's the kicker. I said, don't buy that truck until you have 2 contracts in place. It was kind of like a motivating factor for him. It was kind of pushing him to get those contracts inked and deal right now, right then and there, and stop waiting until later on. Oh, we'll get them. No. Get in contract today. And immediately he had 3 contracts in place. I said, go buy that truck, but don't spend the money. Don't buy it cash. I said, we will utilize other people's money with our relationships that we have with the banks that we're working with. We'll use their money to invest in the equipment. We'll put a down payment on it, but then we get to utilize the tax advantages of depreciation in our tax at the end of the year. So I said, just put the down payment down, use other people's money. A second truck came up that had a dump bed on the back of it. Also had a plow with it. He said, well, we could utilize this second plow. I said, all right, well, we could potentially utilize a second plow and a second salter on it. But the big part, I was like, I know you want it for the dump part of it. He's like, yeah, that's me great for, when we're doing the landscaping gigs. Absolutely. We may not use this second truck, or actually it's like our third or fourth truck, fifth truck really, for the commercial accounts, but we need to make sure it's paid for during the months that we're not utilizing it. I want to make sure that we have enough to cover it when we are not using it. So I said, just get one more contract, because you got two for that truck. You would need two for this truck. You already got a third one. Get one more contract and let's go buy that truck. Within a week, we had two actually new contracts. So we were on board with quite a few contracts for the wintertime, and those are paying for the trucks. Other people's money is paying for the trucks. We are not spending our own money. It is not a liability to us that is hurting our business, because those right now we should have a fifth one lined up, I believe. Those contracts are paying for those trucks. We're not paying for them. And they're far more in those contracts in the next 5 years. If we keep those contracts and build upon them, we're going to get more money out of those trucks than if we would have just invested in one. So that's something you should definitely work with your accountant about. It's just something that I knew working with accountants over time. I knew what was the right investment for the business and what's very helpful in investing in and spending money in. Because a lot of people out there, what they'll do is they'll give people a cut if they pay them cash, and they'll take the cash and stick it in their pocket and say that's kind of how they're alleviating some of the tax burden. That's not the appropriate way. It doesn't help you, because now when it comes to utilizing other people's money, when you want to go get a loan from the bank and you've been hiding the cash in your pocket, now that decreases your buying power, it decreases your lending power, because you can't utilize those revenues as a catapulting part for the actual loans. Utilizing, the $1,000 to get $10,000. Well, some of that money is in your pocket and it wasn't on your tax return, so the bank just won't use it. Don't go that route. Work with your accountant, work with your attorney. It's really not that much to pay for them, considering how much they save you and save you on the back end, not getting screwed. But there's a way around it too. So this is a kind of advanced way for those of you out there who are getting to the point where you could be big enough for like a board of directors. I recommend that you reach out to maybe some folks who have retired from the industry, who just have ample time on their hands and still have the knowledge that has been gained over the years of running their own accounting firm or maybe being a partner in a law firm. Reach out to them on LinkedIn and say, hey, look, this is what I'm looking to do. I need a board of directors. I would love for you to come on board. In return, I'll give you 5% of the business. Depending on how much that is, it might be well worth it, very well worth it to have your attorney alone right there. I have an attorney you can spend $700 an hour on an attorney very easily. But if you have someone on your board, and every time you have a question, you can just go to them, and you're not getting charged every time you talk to them. Every time you send them over a contract, every time you send them over, a new deal that you're looking at. If you get them on a board with you and you give them a cut off of each business, that could very well be worth it. Same thing with accountant. Now, accountants, pay them the money, man. Seriously, it's only, my accountant, I think, is like $850 a year. If they're going to save you $1,000 in taxes, and knowing what the tax breaks are, well worth it. Well worth it. And you don't have to, trust me, spend the money. Like I said at the beginning, spend the money. It's an investment. And it's a write-off anyways. You can just write that off as expense on your business. So that's the video for today. Make sure that you build a relationship with two specific people, accountant and attorney. Those two are going to be very helpful as you grow your business empire. So get in and go with them. Jose Pio here, aka The Loan Soldier. Hopefully one day you're looking to work with somebody to buy a business or start your own business. Hoping that person is me, but if it's not, good luck to you and your business. Hopes for the future. Have a blessed day.